of the key ingredients that are necessary and mandatory for making the perfect jollof rice, I would say that your tomato and your pepper blend is the most important. Now, the tomato and pepper blend consists of 7 ingredients. We're going to be making our tomato and pepper blend in 2 different methods, and this is because each of them have their unique flavors, and I want you to be introduced to each and every single one of those flavors. First of all, on our list we have Shombo. Shombo is also known as cayenne pepper. We're going to be using this for the base. Secondly, we are going to be using some Tatashe and some tomatoes. We're going to be using some Scotch bonnet pepper. This is also known as atarodo. And we are going to be using red onions. We're also going to be using some ginger and garlic. Those are the key ingredients that we're going to be using today. Now, I'm going to do my best to make sure that I will be able to feed you guys on every single tip that is necessary. If you go to like the local markets in Nigeria, I don't know about other African countries, but local markets in Nigeria, there are 2 very popular kind of tomatoes you'll see. This type that is plum. I didn't get the other one, but you should be familiar with it. It's smaller and slim. If I am able to get a picture, I'll attach it to this video. This is always a better option because this one is sweeter. It doesn't slap, so it won't give you a sour taste. Then, second tip I'll be giving on this is there are 2 things that make your jollof rice very red and gives that red color. The first is the Shombo and the Tatashe too, but the Tatashe doesn't do as much as the Shombo when it comes to giving color. It gives a very vibrant red color. Another thing that enhances the color of your jollof rice is using enough tomato paste. So when we get to the jollof rice video, we are going to talk about that, but today we are focusing on the base. Those are the key tips I have to give in regards to that. So we're going to go ahead and prep everything and then we'll come back. But before that, let me quickly talk to you guys about the 2 methods that we are going to be using today. Now, the first method we are going to be using is the boiling method, which you will see in a short while. And the second method we're going to be using is the roasting method. Basically, we're going to be roasting the peppers, the onions, the garlic, the ginger, the tomatoes, and then when we roast, we are going to blend. Another important and key factor is like your measurements. If you're trying to get the best jollof that there is, please let your Tatashe be always more than your tomatoes. That's a very important key. We are going to go ahead to prep all of this deliciousness and then I'll see you.
To the poorest of the poorest class. One day the poor become the poorest, and the poorest of the poorest class.
When cleaning the Tatashe, that is the red bell pepper, you want to ensure that you remove not just the seeds of the pepper but also the veins. Like I'm doing in this video, ensure that you remove both the veins and the seed. Otherwise, your stew or your jollof or whatever you're going to be using the base for is going to be bitter. Okay, and once again, ensure that you make use of gloves. I get coconut head, that's why I'm not using gloves, but ensure that you use gloves, otherwise your hands are going to hurt.
Now that we are done prepping everything we need for the base, we are going to go ahead and start the first method. The first method, which is the grilling method or the roasting method, whatever you call it. That's what we're going to be doing now. So we're going to be slicing our tomatoes into half. I do this for 2 reasons. The major reason is because so many times you find dirt inside your tomatoes and I don't like seeing dirt inside my tomatoes. So that's why I slice it into half, the way I'm doing right now. And then the second reason is that everything just feels better and nicer when it's like sliced into half. So try it. Slice your tomatoes into half today and thank me later. You're welcome. See, this one is sports. Sports. Cutting the tomatoes into two so that we don't put any bad ones in here. Okay, Tabish. So we'll do that quickly, and then we'll just, what is wrong with this knife? Yeah, we'll just transfer everything else into the pot. So we'll just put everything else into the pot, all the peppers. Okay, let's use some tomato. All the peppers, the onion. We're going to be putting everything except the garlic and the ginger. We'll be adding that when we're blending. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pour in some water, not too much. Just a little bit of water, and you don't want it to be over the peppers and the tomatoes. You just want it to be enough, just a little, to start the cooking process so that they don't burn, and then we'll get rid of the rest of the water later. Okay, so we're going to be transferring this to the gas to cook. Now that this has cooked for the past 25 minutes, we're just going to remove it from the excess water and let it cool down before we blend. So basically grill these peppers and tomatoes for about 35 minutes. So we're just going to let it cool off, and then we're going to blend it. So this is basically what it looks like when grilled. You can leave it for a longer time, for let's say an hour, but I'm fine with this. So we're just going to let it cool down, and then we're going to go ahead to blend. So this is like my all-time favorite way of making my tomato and tatashe blend, you guys. It's so nice and so beautiful. Take a look. The color is popping. To preserve this tomato base properly, all you need to do is this.
Over the top of the base, drizzle some oil. This could be olive oil, vegetable oil, or whatever oil of your choice. This basically preserves the base and prevents it from spoiling.
Go ahead, store it in your fridge, not your freezer. Putting it in your freezer will basically just change the consistency, and we definitely do not want that. So just put it in your fridge, and you can have this in your fridge for as far as a week. Try this and thank me later. So I'm going to blend the other batch of tomato base, and then we are going to do the exact same thing for that. I'm going to be saying something a bit different from this when it comes to that method, which is the grilling method, so, or the roasting method. This is what it's looking like. It looks so good too. It looks really good, and it smells so good. It smells so good. So just like the first one, We are going to go ahead and pour some oil over the top and then store in the fridge. Just little oil over the top. Now when it comes to this particular one, you can't store it as long as you would the one that was boiled. Like, it gets easily spoiled, unlike the boiled one. So if you want to be using this method more often, just do it when you want to actually cook your jollof rice, and you're going to enjoy it so much. Okay, you can see that like their colors are a bit different, just a tad bit different, but they both smell amazing and they taste so good too. So that brings us to the end of this video. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to make the perfect jollof rice so that you can stop making the mistakes that you're making. One dish that a lot of Nigerian homes, even African homes, are very much used to is definitely jollof rice. So this recipe is for you, just for you, just because I don't want you to make mistakes and because I don't also want you to order food from anywhere. Yeah, food vendors should please not come for me. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of today's video. I love you. See you in the next one. Bye.